I'm Stephanie Gray, and what I'm going to read to you is actually it's a project I've been working on, making a memoir, and it's a series of essays that sort of intertwine my relationship with my dad and my relationship to Star Trek, and some are like predominantly one or the other. And I think this is a pretty good mix of both. It's called Leonard Helped Me When My Father Died. I've had this fascination with Leonard Nimoy since I was little. My dad was a resident Trekkie, so of course he lived long and prospered when he dropped me off for school, which, for the record, I found extremely annoying at the time. Even my mother, though, said that when she'd been a kid and watched the series, she wished that Nimoy was her father. I, however, was, and still am, completely enamored with the man, in a more romantic sense of the word. I wanted to marry Leonard Nimoy, plain and simple. I didn't change my mind until, at 14, I saw some rather unflattering pictures of him from the 70s with a bouffant and wearing a plaid leisure suit. But then he became the old and charming Nimoy I met at Dragon Con, held in downtown Atlanta in the fall of 2009. 10 years previous to this, my father passed away. I wasn't with my dad when he died. I never saw his body. I never touched Colt's skin and thought to myself, okay, he's dead, I'm going to deal with it. Instead, I pushed it all out of my mind for a very long time, pushing the things he loved and the time we spent together, the hobbies we had, aside in favor of this heroic ideal I had for him. And I guess, especially in the case of someone as young as I had been at the time, that was normal. The fact is, my dad died in prison, some 97 miles away from Greenville. I was never quite sure what he went for. Offenses varying by who told the story, always painting him as guiltless. I know this to be untrue, but it fits my memories of him. He died from a pulmonary embolism, which is a large blood clot that got stuck in a major artery. It prevented him from being properly able to let blood flow to his lungs, and for his lungs to process oxygen. It was explained to me, when he died, as being like a heart attack. I know now that it's a much more painful, slower process than that. I was told he died in his sleep. I hope that much is true. A week and a half after I got the news, there was a cardboard box on the kitchen table when I arrived home. A box, I was told, that held his ashes. I'd opened the box, half expecting a remnant of some sort, a fingernail or, better yet, a finger. But it was really all just ashes. It looked like it could have been the scrapings from my fireplace. When I stuck my hand into them, though, they did darken my fingers with a dusty gray, and they felt a lot more like sand. The chaos in Atlanta was beautiful. It was easy to lose yourself in the people and the costumes, to close your eyes and breathe in the state of a convention, the food from the food court, the perfume the booth babes were wearing, the body odor of a lot of the men who, in correspondence with stereotypical geek codes, didn't take very good care of themselves. I distinctly remember this being the first time I didn't such a crowd for my father. It was a habit I picked up when one day my mother saw a man leaving a grocery store that greatly resembled him, and followed him all the way back to what was assumably his home, a subdivision in Easley. I've taken to looking for him in more likely places. The comic store, GameStop, the bushes behind our house, but to no avail. It wouldn't have done much use anyway, since there were plenty of men that would have fit his description: tall, overweight, greasy face, brunette, and perpetually grinning. Not Larry. Dragon Con for me never was, and never will be, a place corrupted by the outside. Everyone was friendly and welcoming and genuine. We looked for common interests with one another, and found them eventually. Made friends, traded emails, and didn't speak till probably next year anyway. Honestly, I felt my breath catch when I found out that Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner would be doing a panel together. It was a mix of still being madly in love with Nimoy, and the wave of nostalgia. Thinking how I used to spend my evenings from 6 to 7 on a school night. Thank you.